23F. 22M. My boyfriend suddenly becomes sick whenever I'm sick, and it's driving me insane. The title pretty much says it all. We've been together for 2 years, and every single time I become sick, my boyfriend starts complaining about being so much sicker than me. For example, when I had tonsillitis, he suddenly was dying from tonsillitis. When I had a UTI, he's suddenly dying from a UTI. Every single time I get better, he magically gets better too. I got very sick on the 23rd of this month and have been in bed for all of Christmas. I'm really upset over missing the holiday, and I can't even complain about it to him, as now he's suddenly dying sick with the same thing, but it's somehow worse. This virus has had me bedbound for 4 days, and he went out last night drinking and is currently going to work, but insists he's just as sick as me. How can I get him to stop? It's driving me mad. Edit. I need to make something clear. This has been the happiest relationship of my life, and this is one problem in it. He doesn't run for the hills when I get sick. He simply tells me he is also feeling off within 24 hours of me saying so. He's a hypochondriac that thinks he's after getting the same illness that I have, and it's driving me nuts. He goes above and beyond in every other aspect of our relationship. I just want a simple way to explain to him that it's annoying me where I don't look unsympathetic. I currently have a chest infection, and he thinks he's after getting one off me as well. There is no need to call me a naive child, because I don't want to break up with him over an issue that annoys me. Comments. Top comment. Is his period worse than yours? 2. 35F. 36M. Does my husband's therapist have a crush on him, or is she just really kind? My 30SF. Husband. 30SM. Started therapy about a year ago to deal with some issues related to growing up. Nothing crazy. Fairly run-of-the-mill baggage from your family. The issues had started to creep into our relationship, so I asked him to please get therapy. He obliged and found a woman, late 20s to mid-30s maybe, who was covered by our insurance and seemed to be a good fit for him. I've been in therapy on and off for about 10 years. I suffer from depression and anxiety, but it's all pretty well managed. Point being, I know how therapy usually goes. The first thing I noticed was that she regularly goes over time on his sessions. It's supposed to be 50 minutes, but she's never kept it to under 1 hour. And has gone as long as 2 hours. Nothing particularly crazy is happening in these sessions where she goes long. I would understand if some big breakthrough was happening. But he says the conversation is pretty normal. I'm not stalking his sessions. By the way, this is stuff he shares with me. She also always reminds him to text her if there is an emergency. He doesn't really have mental health emergencies. I know some therapists text, and I think it's a nice offer. But she seems to want to have a very open line of communication. She also texts him to remind him about his appointments. Seems perfectly reasonable. But then will also include a little something extra like, I hope your week was good. Or a smiley emoji. My therapists have never texted me, which I'm completely fine with, and it's always been expected that I will remember my standing weekly sessions on my own. Lastly, she's offered to be our couples therapist after slightly hinting at us maybe getting divorced. A divorce is not something either of us want. We've had some bumps in the road, but definitely nothing catastrophic, and we've openly told her that. That feels way out of line. She also tends to therapize me even though I'm not her patient, and she's only talked to me briefly. I in no way want to control who my husband sees for therapy, and he does genuinely seem to be getting something from their sessions, so it feels wrong to disrupt that. I should add that he thinks it's possible that she has a crush on him and that he's not attracted to her. Comments. 32F. 37M. I only ask that my boyfriend texts me when he's in from a night out to let me know he's okay. But he's making me feel crazy for it. I think I'm just venting. He's great in so many other ways. He's completely made me part of his friend group, family. He calls me daily. He plans days out with me. He generally cares for me. We've been together just over a year and I'm his first girlfriend. However, when he's on a night out with his friends, I've asked that I get a quick text just to say everything is good, or at least a text when he's home, to let me know he's okay. I don't care where he goes, who he's with, within reason OBV, how long he's out. I just want that one text so I can go to bed knowing he's okay. If I'm being more honest with myself, I'd probably love if he was a drunk texter. I'm used to being in relationships where the guy texts me how much he misses me, etc. when he's out, but I don't get anything like that from this BF. But I've just had to accept that's his character. He knows my brother got seriously beaten up on a night out in our town a few years ago. It completely shook me up and maybe it's affected me a bit. Also, my mom is nervous about us going out and we need to reassure her that we're okay, probably more than most parents would need, and I might have got it from her. Last time he promised he would text me from now on because I went into full-on panic mode. He hadn't replied to my text from about 10 a.m. that morning, and he didn't reply to my texts, phone calls until 4 a.m. that evening. I didn't start texting, phoning till about 11 p.m. as I knew he was going out, so didn't want to pester. But I did start to panic in the end. So the next day he acknowledged it and said he'd be more mindful. Last night was his first night out since that fallout and no text. I remind him this morning that he promised he'd let me know he's okay, and I got angry outbursts of, "I'm not used to someone keeping tabs on me. You need to give me more freedom. I'm not a child." Which I completely get, but at the same time, I'm asking for what? 10 seconds of your night to reassure me? Am I making something out of nothing? Have I got a valid point? He's refused to apologize for making me worry again last night, as he's fed up of waking up from a night out with an angry girlfriend. I know I probably sound whiny and anxiety-ridden, but it literally only is when he's on a night out that I need that bit of reassurance. We can go hours with no contact otherwise. And #X200B. Edit. So many more responses than I expected, so thank you. Struggling to get through them all. I think it's clear to see that it's divided opinion though, so I either need to ease up or be with someone more compatible. Comments. 25M. 26F. Girlfriend got too drunk at a bachelorette party and cheated. Need advice. My GF and I have been together for 8 months. We met through her younger sister. YS. That I am good friends with. Our relationship is currently long distance while she completes graduate school. 1.5 years left. Our relationship has been intense. I really do love her and she is what I would say completely head over heels for me. We see each other once or twice a month and talk every day. We are both really busy and almost never go out anymore. So to the story, GF went on a bachelorette party for her older sister. OS. To a prominent party city about 2 months ago. She got too drunk and made a fool of herself and was kindly asked to leave a day early from the party, and so she did. She has some mental health issues and takes some medication that does not do well with alcohol. She has a habit of getting overly sloppy every once in a while and has almost quit drinking, going out when she is not with me after this event. I trusted her and believed she was just drunk and emotional, taking attention away from the bride. I did not pry even though I had a little suspicion and thought she wouldn't have remembered anyways. So over the Xmas break I met up with some old friends, one of which knows some girls who were on the bachelorette party. He confronted me and said that he heard that a couple of the girls on the trip cheated, one of them being my girlfriend. This story had about 4 degrees of separation from the original source, and he did not have any answers to questions I asked, nor can I ask the girl this rumor came from. I am now suspicious and go through my GF phone while she is asleep. I find a screenshot from a conversation with OS saying, "You cheated on your BF and left all night for other guys." Then sat there and cried. Then would go on to say some unrelated drunkenness that also prompted her to leave. I also found a screenshot of conversation with YS who said she has to tell me and be honest. She deleted conversations with OS and YS but did not delete conversations with her best friend, where I found these screenshots. What's important from that conversation is that best friend is trying to convince my GF to not tell me. It has been 2 months since this incident and I just found out. She has not told me about, nor have I confronted her yet. I am not sure what OS defines as cheating, as she was at a large club all night and she called me on her way back to the Airbnb crying. I do not know if it was just her kissing random guys or intercourse. However, it is cheating nonetheless. I am just very confused right now and going through mental gymnastics. 1. Is this forgivable? She was extremely intoxicated and has since cut back as previously discussed, or is the once a cheater always a cheater a concrete statement? She seemed very remorseful in the texts I read. But she has been keeping this secret. 2. I want to confront her but not sure how or when. I want to give her an opportunity to come clean before I present the evidence. We are currently on a trip together that I got her for Xmas, not sure if I want to wait after the trip. Thank you to anyone who helps. I am in a rough place right now and I'm trying to keep my cool. TL. Doctor. My GF got extremely intoxicated at a bachelorette party and cheated. Not sure to the extent, i.e. kiss, sex. She does not know that I am aware. I need help knowing how to confront her and if this is forgivable. Edit. Thanks all for the advice. Just some clarifications. 1. It is not a consistent problem. She has only gone out and gotten drunk like this a handful of times. Not since this occurred though. I have asked her to go out with me with friends but she refuses, claiming she is too old for it. 2. We've seen each other for Thanksgiving, a full week. My birthday falls in between, and Christmas as of the 23rd. In her messages she said she wanted to tell me in person. 3. I actually realized I had a screenshot that I didn't read that said she kissed a guy, and that was the extent of the cheating. It was a conversation with her best friend where she says she only kissed one guy but OS was saying she kissed 2. 4. I think what I am going to do is wait till after the trip and confront her. It will be tough, but I already spent a lot of money on this and she is taking care of most of the expenses except the hotel and airfare. I may ask some questions like, would you tell me if you cheated on me? It wouldn't be completely out of character for me. Also, given she is in grad school, money is not the best for her and I don't think she could afford an earlier flight. I don't want to buy her a new one. I can't switch it. 5. I appreciate the people calling me out for being spineless, etc. I needed that because I am still in the denial part of grief at the moment. Comments. Top comment. Stop making excuses for her shitty behavior. 21M. 27F. My GF is mad because I bought chains for my friends. My friends, Brooke, Vic, Katie. We've all been friends since we were 14. They help me a lot to get to where I am. I work as a software engineer and it's because of them. So as a gesture I bought them each a chain. It wasn't even expensive. It was like a $300 chain. My GF is mad because I never bought her something that nice, but I just got this job and her birthday is next year, so obviously I would buy her something nice then. What do I do next? Comments.